This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Psyche, Azuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimsdaughter, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Mikto Rapentau, Edwin, Anethus Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Elenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira Miri, Celesta Notrell, Lazy Boy, A Wild Sarah, Luke Osborne, Pandalu Storm Arrow, Tex, Kylin, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Psypup, Spencer Christmas, Noy Fafnir, Celine DeLune, Wubsta Wolf, Severa, Circa Barrakiel, AJ Brainswordson, Kazran, Vendustia, Edward Allond, Gregorium, Ryark Forbear, Pizza Pockets, Leighton the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, and Paris. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon. Good evening, Eorzeans. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 369. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston and Mela Vanadar.
69.
We did it. We made it. 69, 369. 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69.
Thank you.
Join the
Thank
party
you.
finder.
Join the party finder, 69, 69. Okay, we did it. Just had to make sure we all are aware that it's 369 because it's
On September the 69th.
on September 69th, 2069. And
That'll be a day.
yeah, it will. It will be in the future when we switch to a new calendar system. Obviously 100 episodes until we get 69 again. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 years from now, so we
That's
don't
2
even know if
years.
we'll even
Yeah.
make it that far. Who knows?
Yeah, we might not make it.
Rollo must be so disappointed he's not here. Why does my window not extend to the bottom of this section?
Oh,
Thank you.
it always
it
did.
was always okay, so all right. Anyways, yes, it is September 24th, almost said 2023. Today, of course, is a live letter special, live letter 79 to be precise. If you're wondering why I'm struggling with this microphone, it's because, okay, we covered the live letter today early. I had so much time. I woke up at 6 a.m. The live letter started at 8. I had
Wow, you got up
plenty
early.
of time to prepare. Yeah, because I just wanted to make sure everything was working. Then, literally 10 minutes before airtime, the thing that so I'm using a backup right now. This thing detached from the top. This is a cheap one, so this one's actually screwed in. This one is actually better than what I had. It just fell off. So I am using a studio arm that's way too short. So I have to extend it as much as possible, but it doesn't have a fastening. This is very technical. But anyways, I'm using a subpar mic boom. So I'm sorry.
Shout out to our sponsors.
I have already ordered a new one. Thank you. Speakersofv.com patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you. Anyways, we're going to cover live letter 79 today. We are going to go through all the stuff that was announced there. We will also be reading some 6.5 interviews that were conducted before the live letter, which so we can cover all of the stuff that wasn't mentioned specifically during the live letter as well. So you will be well informed about 6.5 after watching this episode. Unfortunately, we don't have time for Mogmail, and it is a little bit up in the air if we'll have time for the post-show, depending on how long this show goes on for. We are also going to analyze the trailer, which usually takes quite a while. So, yeah, that's the show. So let's jump into it, shall we? We have some recent events to talk about. Little misleading to say events, because it really is just one thing we have to talk about, and that is the new Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG that has been announced. Official. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I wonder how long they've had this in the works, because what timing? Like it's in this like big, it's Baldur's Gate 3 is out. Everyone's very aware of these kinds of things now, and then here it comes, a tabletop RPG.
Probably just cobbled it over in a weekend or something.
Well, it is a starter pack, so it's like very. It's a little bare bones. I think it says like about 2 to 5 hours. The campaign.
In one adventure.
Yeah. So here's the post on the Lodestone. In commemoration of A Realm Reborn's 10th anniversary, we are excited to announce the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop role-playing game, the first of its genre to be officially released by the Final Fantasy series. Tabletop RPGs are games in which a group of participants create and act as their own character in a dynamic narrative. Each decision can lead to all sorts of unpredictable moments, as the outcomes of players' choices are determined by a roll of the dice. Newcomers
and the DM.
Yes. Newcomers will be well equipped with the starter set, which includes scenarios supervised by the 14 development team and original dice, all carefully crafted to provide an engaging experience for fans of 14 and tabletop RPGs.
I love my carefully crafted dice.
Yeah.
Made specifically for fans of Final Fantasy XIV.
Well,
Oh yeah, no one else could use these ones.
no.
They have a meteor to represent
20.
assumedly 20.
I think they're. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's. They're cool. I mean, it's.
But it'd be funny if it was 1, because
It
that
would
would
be
be
funny.
like.
Yeah.
Because that would be like, well, Bahamut's landed. Game over.
Looks like a 0.
Yeah.
It does look like a 0.
Even lower than all. It's a mega critical fail. I'm intrigued if they will expand on this in any way, shape, or form, because they say starter set. They could do little expansions, or they could just abandon it immediately, as they do with, all sorts of
It'll
things.
probably depend on the sales, but it seems like there's a lot of interest for this right now. So might do
They
well.
continue to update the Final Fantasy trading card game, despite the fact that you seemingly hear no one ever play it.
It might be.
Don't get me
sunk
started on the
cost
Final
fallacy,
Fantasy trading
though.
card game.
They might be too deep into it to like give up on it. But like, oh god, can't stop now. But yeah, no, I think it'll. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I want this just for the novelty. Like, just this.
I'd like to play it.
I'd like to
try and play it at some point.
It'd
But
be
I
nice
don't know
if
if
there
I'd ever
was
get the opportunity to.
Like an online. If someone imports it to like Roll20 or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
So there you go.
mention the trading card game.
Hi.
There's a Final Fantasy XIV 10th anniversary playmat, which includes a single promo card for £35.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and
Worth it.
And they use promotional artwork that we've seen already as the trading card artwork. It's nice.
It's quite nice though.
So there you go. That is the tabletop RPG Final Fantasy XIV. Rearrange the words that I just said.
Yeah.
And there's a sentence in there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a riddle.
Okay. So that is the tabletop RPG Final Fantasy XIV branded. Moving on to some interviews. So 6.5. These are JP interviews. This first, so this is a lot of bullet points and quotes and stuff. It's a little all over the place, but bear with
It's
us.
all machine translated, so
Yes.
it might not be perfectly acceptable English.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first one we're going to go through is 4Gamer. 4Gamer interview. A little blurb here with Yoshi P. 4Gamer asks, the scenes in the dark are moments that make players gasp and wonder. How will the content finder connect like this? So if it's just NPCs appearing, it might be a little different, I suppose. By the way, since we've mentioned the Battle of the End, I'd like to ask if there are any plans to impose item level restrictions. Yoshi says, currently the issue is that battles end too quickly, and it's a shame that players can't see the final performance. We've received feedback on that, so we believe it's a good idea to make adjustments. Thank you for your feedback.
They're specifically talking about the end singer fight.
No,
If
that
that
was
wasn't
the
a-
end.
Yeah.
I was struggling with that.
Well, I know it was very unclear, but yeah. So the current issue is that like most players these days don't get to see the entire like your fellow scions like calling out to you in that final scene before you end up just like running out end singer's health bar.
Right.
It's wild that people are like it's tuned so you can skip that very pivotal moment.
Yeah.
They probably expect you to do it with
Trusts.
whatever they're called, trust, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
You can't
is
do it
probably
with
a better
trusts.
experience. Can you not?
Yeah.
End
You
singer?
can.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Could you not?
Wasn't that
No,
the
only
first...
Heidelin. No, Heidelin.
Eidolon. I'm mixing up Eidolon. Yeah.
Just hiding. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've done that, and I was low gear, so
Yeah,
that's sad.
but now people aren't low gear, and there's no level sync as far as I know in most trials,
Hmm.
Ah, that's
or eye level
wild.
sync, I should say.
Damn, we should go in
that's
there and
wild.
ruin it for everyone else and just.
Maybe not.
A lot of people have done the kind thing of like stopping DPS in that phase, which might
That's good.
also be. Some people might see that as griefing, but it is a kind thing to do for
Yeah.
new players.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe agree when you go into the duty and say, "Does anyone need to see?" Or is this anyone's first time? And then you can say, "Well,
Well,
The
it will
game
tell
will tell
you.
you.
It'll,
yeah, but you know,
it'll see if
talk
there's
to
new
your party
people.
members, and then you'll all agree on it."
Yeah, but otherwise then you're spoiling that something cool is going to happen in
Yeah.
the fight.
I suppose, but well, there's no winning on that one. Then.
No, they need to put some sort of item level restriction or
Yeah.
something in there.
Which is what they're doing, so
Yeah.
that's great.
Okay, now we're moving on to Famitsu and Dengeki interviews. Again, machine translated, so we're going to have to interpret this a little bit. These are more bullet points. This is from the subreddit by Blackmore Knight on the subreddit. So there we go. There's more stuff planned for the gap between 6.55 and 7.0 than they covered at NA FanFest. They'll talk more about it at the EU one. They need to spread out announcements and stuff since there are 3 FanFests again now. So that's
That's
so
very
hopefully,
important.
yeah, that is very important. Hopefully, that's a sign that it won't because right now there's a lot of like people afraid that like it's going to be very dry between here and assumedly around June, July next year when 7.0 launches. But hopefully, that's a sign that they'll sprinkle stuff throughout there. I've heard rumors, or possibly not even rumors, maybe just people speculating that like they'll bring back Yokai Watch again because apparently the last time Yoshi P brought it up publicly, he was surprised by how positive the feedback was. So we could be getting another chance at Yokai Watch with new weapons, new minions.
Round 4, eh, Mela?
You know what? They can bring Yokai Watch back, but make it so you can't get the Whisper and the Jibanyan pouch this time round.
Uh-huh.
They're exclusives for the people who were there, all right? This event that was going to happen one time.
I can't wait to see like a Sprout in the year of our Lord 2024. Oh, it'd be so funny. Yep. So I mean,
I don't think that will tide people who've never done it over. To be fair, I
yeah.
I went hard on
Yokai
Yokai
Watch,
Watch, and that kept me going for a while.
There's also obviously talk about like
I
some
leveled
sort
up machinist using it.
That's true. Yeah, Yokai Watch was good for stuff like that. But there's also obviously been talks about like a 16
That could
crossover
be
event.
cool.
So I mean, they can do stuff like that. That doesn't necessarily
We
require
need
like
some
a
bits and
patch.
bobs like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe with a trial like Rathalos, where it's like we'll stay around.
Mm.
That
Yes.
could be cool.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yokai Watch is a better grind than the Relic, which we'll also talk about later in some of these dot points.
Yokai Watch was a good grind.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. It was fun finding secret fate spots that no one else was doing, so you could maximize your medals.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so good to know that there's definitely going to be something else to tide us over from 6.55 and 7.0. Zero, as a character, was planned from the start of Endwalker, but was left as a patch-only thing. One of the first main characters developed just through patch content. Different writers write different patch scenarios, though, so they've needed some oversight from Oda and Ishikawa to keep things consistent.
Okay.
So,
That's
interesting.
fair.
I mean, you'd expect. I mean, I feel
Same
like
with any character.
that's
Like-
sort of the job of Oda and Ishikawa, though, is to like
Yeah.
make sure that things are consistent.
Also, first plan for this from the start of Endor, I guess, was left as a patch only thing. She's not the first patch only character. I mean, Kryl started as a patch only character.
That's true.
Yeah. Moonbreeder.
But she stayed as a patch only character.
Oh,
She never made it to. She never made it to a full expansion.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, poor Moonbreeder.
Yeah. So there you go. Azura will be implemented as a trial in-game sometime after JP FanFest. So
Well, that is
still a
interesting.
ways to go.
Makes sense because it's probably tied to Hildy.
Yeah.
That'll be in the 0.55
Yes.
that we will come to.
Yojimbo, back in 2019 FanFest, was seen as too hard for a FanFest trial due to the situation you're put in there. Control scheme, UI, strangers, unfamiliar job. So they reevaluated what their goals were for Azura and felt that the completion rate was where they wanted it to be this time. So, an easy fight.
Yojimbo is a good fight.
Yes, but you
But,
can...
so you're saying that Azura's not going to be hard? Okay.
Well, they might tune it again. They did that with Odin, I believe.
And
I'm not sure they did it with Yojimbo as well.
and Proto Ultima.
And Proto Ultima, yes, Proto Ultima. Don't even get me started on Proto Ultima. That's an old wound to Oh God, I forgot all about that.
What do you mean, Lukiel? You're not looking forward to Azura popping in during Euphrosyne runs?
Fuck.
Replacing your god in the fight?
I cannot believe that patch day when we were like, oh, it's finally done. Where do we unlock Proto Ultima? And chat's just like, do the quest at Idle Shine.
Oh,
like,
so disappointing.
You need an item. And I'm like, okay, we need an item. We have to do Dunscape?
Yeah, why wouldn't you have to do Dunscape?
And then the reveal. God, I was so disappointed.
It's very bad.
Okay, well, yes. So Azura better tuned for FanFest and might be retuned for game release. The last Alliance raid might be stronger than usual this time.
Well, that's
I don't know what that means. Does that mean it's stronger than the rest of this expansion's 24-man raids, or will it be stronger than previous final third parts of 24-man raids?
You thought Nier was tough, Yogi. You thought Nier had high HP. Oshon is a 45-minute fight.
Oh my god.
It might mean stronger as in better. It might just be a poor translation. It might be like... it'll be like a more impactful, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like they're implying difficulty here.
Maybe.
I think that's what this means.
I hope that it's quite tricky in terms of the mechanics. It doesn't need to be like higher tuned. It just needs to have very difficult mechanics. Kind of bringing back to Weeping City. That was a hard raid on launch, especially.
Yes.
That was up there.
It really was, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the best experiences in a 24-man I've had. So I'm fine with that.
And now Weeping City, it's not like Weeping City takes a while. It would be cool if it was at the difficulty level of Weeping City, but eventually once everyone learns the raid, and also like once eye level goes up a bit, like if it gets to the level that Weeping City is now, you don't necessarily need it to be like that difficulty level forever.
Exactly. That's the ideal.
Yeah.
The mechanics will also be there. It'll just be quicker.
Yeah. Okay, so both the scenario writer and battle team for Myths of the Realm were made up of mostly younger / newer people. We kind of knew this already, but that is again that's good. That's a good sign.
It is interesting though for something that is tied so heavily to like 1.0 content that it was like written by like newer writers.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. But
It was a
they've
risk, but
handled
they've
it
clearly, it's paid off.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah,
writing's
it's
pretty-
definitely paid off.
Some of the strongest content in this expansion is the
Yeah.
storyline in Myths of the Realm. Yoshi
Let's
P.
see how it ends. Though.
Yeah, that now that let's see if
make
they
sure it
can.
ends well.
Yeah, yeah. The end is that's when we can really judge it. Is how they stick the landing. Okay, Yoshi P and some development staff did feel bad at times for changing/removing mechanics for trust support, but felt that it was important both in terms of maintainability and playability in the future, as well as giving a better onboarding process should 4 new players all match into the same dungeon. So, what does that mean?
When they've ruined all of the old content
Oh,
by
like-
making it trustable
right.
because they
Yeah.
couldn't program the AI to complete the highly intricate mechanics of the Drowned City of
The
Scholar.
dumbing down.
The indumbing
I mean-
of 14's old content. Yeah.
I'm very worried about the burn.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Miss
very
Dragon.
sad. Like, I appreciate being able to solo old content, especially for new players, but at the cost of the things that made those dungeons really good is a big risk.
Yeah.
The
Hmm.
burn wasn't amazing because we love big, empty white deserts. It had some really cool bosses with cool mechanics.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
It is sad that I also like. You know that future dungeons, MSQ dungeons, will have trusts in mind, and so there's gonna be limits to how intricate mechanics are gonna be.
It's only story ones though, so if we're lucky, one day they'll return to doing non-story dungeons, and they can be as difficult as they want.
Excuse me, we get 2 of those in expansion.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's true.
we want. Oh, they're never that good.
Wow, look at this person talking down the twinning.
Yeah.
The twinning was quite decent, actually.
Yeah, the twinning was.
But that
good.
was ages ago, dude.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. Yeah. Okay, trust implementation and management was very hard and usually took a skilled veteran on the development team to do. So
this one is interesting because it's something I can't remember if we brought this up on a podcast or if we talked about this off stream. I feel as if because of the fact that they've had to have like dedicated members of the team making old content doable with trusts, that might have impacted their ability to make more relevant current battle content. So hopefully it's a sign that we'll be able to get more in the next expansion, because that has been a concern many people have had this expansion.
yes,
That
that's
is
true.
a fair point.
Yeah.
Now that they've caught up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're right, yeah. Okay.
That's yeah. There are no concrete plans on making old 8-man content doable with trusts.
Good.
It's easier to do trusts for 4-man content. So some of those fights might have to be made 4-man if it ever happened, but Yoshi P feels strongly about having the final boss trials always be 8-man. No firm decisions here yet.
Good man.
I think that's the right
Good
decision.
man.
I don't... or do I? I don't know. Maybe that's like a boomer take.
I
but-
do.
I think the turning of any trials into 4-mans is terrifying,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, but it also...
Or
also
making them trustable as well.
turning an 8-man trial into a 4-man means that there's going to be dumbing down of the fight for sure to make it doable. Which, do we want that? I don't know.
I mean, they did very well with the story trials in this expansion.
I mean, Heidelin.
Hyden and Zodiac are really acceptable normal modes with trust. I mean,
Yeah.
the extremes are really well designed too. So
Ultima Weapon,
possible.
the Ultima Weapon revamp they did, Porta Decumana, is interesting. It's not. I wouldn't say it's difficult, but I also wouldn't say it was difficult before. So
Right. Yeah.
I like what they've changed. I like, honestly, the changes they made with all of the main scenario, the 2.0 main scenario dungeons are quite competent overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily mind. Like, I don't hate the idea of 4-man, like just boss arena type content rather than a full dungeon. But that can be its own thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, unfortunately, we have confirmation about the next and final relic step, which, you know,
Is it good news?
there's a big drought coming from 6.55 and 7. And you thought maybe, oh, there's stuff planned, you know, there is
drought.
stuff coming, you know, the drought between.
It's only like 6 to 7 months, Luke.
Right. So relic, you know, a relic grind is perfect for that. Like now is when they actually give us the it's all tomes.
Yeah.
It's all tomes.
Oh,
It's all tomes again.
I can't believe this.
Hey, listen to
expansion.
explanation.
They
Okay.
settled on tomes due to looking at data for how many weapons were made by players in past relic content. Yoshi P acknowledges, though, that, however, there are some people who say that this reinforcement method is sloppy, so it's difficult. Some people may dislike doing elaborate things like the old weapon enhancement content, while others may feel that the enhancement methods like this one are not enough. I think this is probably not compatible.
People may dislike doing elaborate things like the old weapons, but that feels really good when you've completed it. They know who this content is for. It's for the sad people who like to do the easiest possible content over and over and over again to get the shiny weapon rather than doing the hard content. It's for the casual players to spend a long time, because the raiders are spending a long time raiding
Yeah.
and they get their shiny weapon. Now the casuals are getting their shiny weapon on day 1 of the patch. It's impossible to justify this decision.
They
really.
have more justification.
So it's impossible to. So
They settled on tomes, as these days playing multiple jobs is much more common, and they think tomes being something that naturally accumulates as you play makes it best suit your individual play style.
again, though, playing multiple jobs is more and more common, and omni-jobbing is a thing. But you have a main because it's only possible to get one full set first time round for one job of the max eye level because of how the tome grind works. You will always have a main.
I understand that you would. I am all for having like a full relic grind, and then once you have your first relic, the whole process is simplified. Maybe at that point you unlock you spend tomes to get the rest.
Sure, for the other ones.
Yeah, but
they did in the one thing they did right, and I'm not triggering up those old wounds again for the 4th episode, but the one thing they did really well in Eureka is you had to struggle for your first relic, and the rest were just Animos crystals and some Pazuzu feathers.
Yeah.
Very cleverly done. Do that again.
Yeah. The Manderville relics have the highest completion rate of any relic so far. The more elaborate they make the relic content / grind, the fewer people make one.
Well,
obviously.
this is
What do you expect?
This is what
If you hand out a weapon, of course you're gonna fuck. This is stupid.
Is like they're seeing how far they can push us.
Great success.
Fixing their own numbers.
Completion rating. People are doing the content.
No content to do. There is an inherent conflict between people that enjoy weapon enhancement as content and people that want a system that makes it easy to obtain weapons. Satisfying both is very hard.
Don't satisfy the second people. They don't deserve satisfaction.
Okay. I will say the people that don't want to do the relic grind,
a tome weapon.
There are other ways to get other weapons, and all you have to spend is time, and you can spend as long as you want on it. There's no time limit on a relic. Like you can take years to get a relic if you want to.
I started doing a Heavensward one.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
That genuinely is pretty much at this point all poetics. And some dungeons and stuff here and there, but it's more fun than this.
Yeah, also, I should say, tome weapons is actually more of a grind. So you're...
Yeah, I was going to say... I was going to bring that up. I think we've said it before. Yeah, the fact that the tome weapon is currently a 7-week-long grind, and, like, to get a relic, you could ostensibly get a relic in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The
tome one is the one for the middle player. It's for the people who want an easy way of getting a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's for you.
Yeah.
The relic is for people who want content to do, but for whatever reason don't want to do the incredibly difficult content.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to do something they
I mean,
can grind away at mindlessly.
It doesn't have to be like Final Fantasy XI level of grinding for a relic. I mean, I think that's, there are limits to what I will do, but just something like to make it feel like I'm doing something for this relic other than just dumping all my tomes into a weapon.
Yeah.
At least, come next expansion, come Dawn Trail, I'm gonna have every single relic from this expansion.
True.
That's probably
Yeah.
true.
Because I am constantly on capped poetics terms, and this is gonna be a great dump for that.
Yeah.
I would love tomestones of poetics to just go up to like a 10k cap, because I probably lose about 50,000 tomestones in expansion by being capped and just not doing anything with them.
Yeah,
you are just going to be capped on 10,000 rather than 2,000. I think that's
true.
the entire reason they haven't changed it.
But the moment I realise I'm been capped for weeks, I'll go, do you know what? I can fully complete a whole relic with these 10,000, so I'll do that for a glamour.
That's fair.
Whereas with 2,000, it's like, I'll have some items in my inventory for a while, but I have to wait for them to cap again.
I think they don't want that. I don't think they want you to be able to do something like that instantaneously, as much as this relic may make you feel that is the case.
Yeah. I don't think they know what they're doing. I'm very disappointed in the relic.
For those of you that are very disappointed with the relic, which all three of us, and I think many of you watching and listening, they will take feedback into account for 7.x's relic series. So
this is our feedback.
Yeah. Yes. Make sure you make yourself heard, I guess, if you didn't like what they did this expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Island Sanctuary will get small updates in 7.0, but there are no plans for that to continue through 7.x. They have other lifestyle content in mind instead. If feedback is different, they might reconsider. So they are planning to essentially abandon Island Sanctuary in 7.0.
It will have
And that's
completed
exactly.
its purpose.
I mean, that's
It's
pretty
exactly
much what
the same as Ishgard Restoration.
Yeah, but this is like content we've never seen before. So
This
That's
could
true,
have
but they might
gone
make
on.
another version of it.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, though. They are abandoning Island Sanctuary in 7.0. I mean, that is
And
what they're doing.
Possibly doing a new type of lifestyle content, yeah.
Yeah.
This one could be anything. It could be the same system redone from start to finish again.
Yeah.
Could be a new one.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a new one. Because as good as Island Sanctuary is, I don't want to just do another Island Sanctuary.
That's fair.
Yeah, because we already have an Island Sanctuary.
Yeah, expand
Yeah, but I
on
want to
if
do
you
it.
wanna do
I want to do it again.
Expand on
I wouldn't be. I like Island Sanctuary a lot. I wouldn't mind doing it again, to be honest.
But maybe they should just introduce like a reset island button, and then you can do it all over again.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do. I don't want to do the same exact thing.
Same
new
quests, same everything. Okay, no, we'll see what they do. But there now, there will be no further updates to Island Sanctuary.
Yeah, I'm Prestige 9.
Yeah, there will be no further updates to Island Sanctuary in 7.x.
That's a shame.
Now, confirmation for the Allied Beast Tribe. A lot of people have been wondering, since the Allied Beast Tribe quests are coming back, or the Allied Beast Tribe quest is coming back, the Camp Boy will reappear in the quest.
He'll be back in his leather print fucking thong.
Yes. So there you go. That's big news for some people, I guess. Also, getting Filson on stage was not easy, but Yoshi P really wanted, since Filson was one of Microsoft's biggest advocates for getting 14 on the platform.
As he saw the pie he could get, the slice of that pie he could.
And I bet he regretted it as soon as he heard all those boos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he smiled through it like the robot he is.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yeah. And then finally, the Fall Guys collab will be limited time, periodic content, and not a permanent fixture.
I don't think we expected it to be permanent, but the idea of it being periodic is potentially nice. Like if it will come back.
It's just like Fall Guys itself, where they put certain mini games into the vault until they bring them back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or indeed the gold saucer.
So that's what that means, right? So it'll be gone for a little bit, and then it can come back at any time.
Potentially.
Okay.
I guess so. Anytime they choose to, like maybe they'll coincide it with when they choose to bring like the 14 stuff back on like the Fall Guys store every now and then.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's that. The first type of content like that added to the gold saucer, I guess. Then, unless you count like the
Yokai Watch was a bit
as
or Garo.
Or Garo.
Garo came later.
Garo was
to the
more
gold
like
saucer.
it's also linked to PvP. It's more PvP, isn't it?
The only gold saucer ones are the non-dieable ones.
Yes. So that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are the interviews, pre-live letter interviews. I will again mention that we don't have time for Mogmail today due to the sheer scope of this episode. But you can send in your Mogmail with what are your views, your thoughts about the live letter and everything that's coming up for 6.5. Speakersofeither.com/Mogmail. Okay, it is time to talk about the live letter 79.
Nice.
We're gonna start by looking at the trailer, and I will say, so we're gonna switch to this screen. Just ignore that Rollo is there. Also, if you haven't watched the trailer, again, go watch the trailer before watching this part. Because we are going to stop and go back and be very annoying and obnoxious for the entire segment.
And
yes, Georgi?
I can't remember. I feel like in previous times you've taken this part out of the audio part of the podcast, but if not,
yes.
Be wary that like this is not necessarily conducive to just listening to it.
No, you might if I haven't removed this part, you might want to skip ahead a little because this might be very annoying to listen to.
Yeah. Now, the start, like the start.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going for here?
The start,
it's like quite
He's
dark.
talking about the black screen.
Is it the void related?
I love this bit.
Peggy 16.
There it is.
Can't hear it.
You can't.
Peggy, we didn't say Peggy.
Peggy 16.
Peggy 16.
Which one do we want?
Peggy 18.
Which of Lakeel's many knobs must we twist?
You twisted the wrong knob.
I've twisted the wrong knob.
Peggy adults only. I don't think I've ever heard him say Peggy.
Peggy 16.
Maybe I have.
Did you hear that?
Peggy.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Peggy 12. Here, there's only Peggy 16s. Every game's rated Peggy 16.
It's because I have.
Oh, hi guys. Oh, I like the Peggy guy. Ooh. Thanks, Rolly. Good comment. Nope, there we go. We hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
To become a world where light and darkness are in harmony, where we're not consumed by insatiable hunger, but filled
So
with
what
hope
is
for
this?
what we might
Some
create.
Is that fire?
Where we're
You
not
could-
consumed by insatiable hunger, but filled
I mean,
Yeah,
it has like little things flying around. Little, like, voidy little looking things.
Yeah,
Baron?
Baron.
Baron.
It could be Baron. This could be the...
We might be
I mean,
looking at.
we could literally be doing the strongest for reference ever, where it's literally
Could
just...
this be the Void or the 13th before?
Yeah, maybe it's the Contra Memoria, like,
It's-
part of that.
Yeah, this is during the war,
Mhm.
probably.
filled with
It's
hope
quite
for
nice
what we
looking,
might
I guess.
create together.
I mean, they're supposed to put a lot of effort in for that scene.
And we see this is
This is
in
good.
this is where you fight Zeromus. I
Yeah, you
recognize
can
the-
tell because of the texture. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is proof that I believe in others.
She's got no hat on,
a light that
which she looks funny without her hat.
Though I've lost my connection to Heidelin,
Brilliant.
I can still manipulate light to a degree.
So Reens can manipulate light a little bit,
Yeah.
so she's gonna help us out. And then we're in some dungeon.
Yeah.
This looks like Aloe Island.
Oh,
Hello,
yes.
hello, island.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
yes,
because you're going through that outcrop they showed.
Yeah. And there we have one of the bosses that we can
Yes,
fight there.
little gremlin monster.
Yeah.
There is a
That's neat, I
chance could
guess.
save others with that power.
A little bit similar to some of the other bosses in.
Yeah, it looks a
Someone can
little,
upgrade
maybe a little
Yes.
generic, but
Chance I could save others with that power.
Becklug.
So Lena and
Lena and
Becklug.
Becklug.
I love Becklug.
Yeah.
This is inside that I can't remember the name.
The ocular or whatever. The like,
yeah, the Oculus.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Ocular. The Oculus is
Ocular.
a headset.
Yes,
Oculus
that's
Rift.
VR. Yeah, and then
Have to try.
Love the way Becklug talks.
that's interesting. Like, this is in
There's
a low.
change-
Yeah.
The change
Yeah, the
in
time
yeah,
it's
I
like-
really
yeah.
like that. I'm not. I'm hoping it's something that happens when you're there live.
Mm-hmm.
Would be so neat.
I would assume it is. Is that to tease? So I wonder, does it like reach a point where time moves forward really fast, or is this teasing that it
You can
has?
go at any time of day.
Yeah, that it has
Yeah.
like.
The
Yeah.
cloud
time.
movement seems nice though.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing I noticed here. The
Hey,
skies. Sorry, the
sky
clouds.
looks really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are the clouds look so good?
Because usually it's a PNG.
Exactly.
PNG.
Why are they looking so good then? Maybe they were just so proud of these new clouds they've made that they.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
look
an
at that.
interesting looking AoE. It has
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
one corner that is either safe or unsafe, and it splits it into fours
And it seems to
spins
rotate.
around.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yes.
That's neat.
Cool looking boss too, I would say.
Yeah.
It's got a little ring around
A
it.
little bit runken,
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
but Aloe Aloe isn't in the first.
Oh, Pixie with a gun.
Pixie's got a gun! Pixie's got a gun!
Oh my god, the
Get
Pixie does
down!
have a gun. Oh, what are these presents all about? The Starlight presents.
Yeah,
Why
what
is she
the
stolen
fuck?
all the Starlight presents?
It's a lot happening here.
They're so out of place as well. I find them really
I
weird.
can't get over the gun.
It is very weird.
It's a really weird boss, but I like the design. And then Azura
And then that's your.
looks really easy.
It
looks quite good.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think
Visually
it's
very
like a
nice
decent
looking.
game.
Talk-
PvP?
Okay, here's
Talk about this a lot.
Red Sands.
Yep.
If I had the strength, perhaps I could make such a dream reality.
Yeah, that's an enemy that we never see in the. They never showed us off in the demo.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Luna
You
You can
Tender
get
as
you
well.
can,
It's a
you can get a Luna tender. Yeah.
And he shoots that Lunar Flowers of Death, maybe.
Yep.
Perhaps I could
Zero's
awaken us from
hand
this
on
endless
Mars.
nightmare.
So here's Zero on the moon. No, on
On the red moon, yes.
Yeah.
Now we're in the Drowned City of
This
Scholar
is
or
showing
whatever.
off the trust.
But look who's with
Oh,
us.
it's got
Yeah.
Jamoldva.
Yeah.
Jamold van Arenvald standing on his own two legs.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice to see?
It's his final dungeon.
His final dungeon
Yeah.
before he becomes the single person in Eorzea in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
This part is weird.
What's going on?
This is, I don't know.
This is horrible. Are they making like a TV
It
show?
seems like they're
some-
like presenting
Yeah,
something or
it
something.
feels like it. It
Yeah.
feels like they're making some sort of television broadcast
I
that
hate
they're going
it.
to scream down to us from the moon.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
And here is
A very highly decorated island sanctuary.
It's a beautiful. Yeah,
almost-
it's
yeah.
impossible to recognize. It's so good.
it's crazy.
I hope yours look like this, everyone.
Yeah.
Brandy
Oh.
Hill,
And then Brandy Hild and Hildebrand.
the boys.
And then we get
This is
that
your
one is Lim Lane.
Lim Lane.
it has
It's
to be
water.
Lin Lane.
Well,
This
no,
is kinda-
water is weird because Lim Lane is kind of it's
she-
this aspect of the wind.
That's true, but
Lim Lane
of the
is-
waves.
Well, Lim Lane created the sea. she's kind of weird
That's true.
in
Just
lore.
weirdly designed.
Mm, She
But she's
made
sailor related, so
yeah. She's the
She
patron of
looks
the sea.
nice.
It's kind of hard to get a good look, but
She doesn't look like how I'd imagine Lim Lane to look. I'll say that.
the
Well, she
only-
has actual legs.
to me, Lim Lane looks like a seagull. So
Yeah,
anything is
maybe
better than
she
what
does
I.
look a bit like a seagull.
I mean, I don't know if we can actually. Get
I imagined her more
any good
either
shot of her.
mermaidish or
No.
piratey or something, but she
She doesn't have
She does
the-
have a trident, so that's cool.
That's
Yeah, she
true,
does.
for Neptune.
She doesn't have the fishy bottom like some of the statues.
I'll
She
say
doesn't have a
that
fishy bottom.
her dress is giving a little bit of fish. Do you see that though? Like it's
Yeah, a little bit of fish.
it's a little it's a little floaty.
I can sort of say that, but
like
I do
a
actually
jellyfish.
think
Yeah.
I agree with Mela that it actually reminds me more of seagulls.
Yeah, because
Which-
she's a big white
Yeah,
seagull.
she is a little seagull-esque. So there you go. This is the best.
It's
view
an
we can get
unusual
of her.
design. I think I like it though. I want to see her obviously in more detail than this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
pretty neat.
So there she is. I don't know if there's any better
Just
view.
flipping around.
She's just flipping around. And then we have
Wow, look
this
at that
shot.
view.
That's the heaven of wind.
Yes.
Look at that.
There's too many
Amazing.
people for it to be anything else.
Yeah.
Look how
It does look
vivid.
quite
It's very
nice.
windy.
What a shot. It's like it's almost as good as
Like the light
Saw
rays.
Kai. Remember the end of Saw Kai?
Oh yeah.
Almost as good as that.
And then we get
Oh,
to see
Heloni. There's Menfina.
Oh, you can see so that's a better view of Lim Lane right there. On
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There's
on the
Lim
right.
Lane on the right. She got blue hair.
Yes, she does.
Oh, there's Novika's tracts. The Byragon. Rolga. Nothar.
We don't get to see the others. They're hidden.
No.
I'm assuming this is also part of Lim Lane's trial. It looks like the
Yes, same
arena.
fight. Looks
There
wild.
she is. Yeah.
Yeah, there she is. Yes, Lim Lane.
And then there's
What? Hang on.
Yes.
Who is that gentleman?
that's Oshan.
That's Oshon, guys.
Yes.
Oshon.
Who we are, because we are fighting him, Mela.
That's,
Yeah,
no, we
I
are
think
Oshon.
that's the final nail
Oh,
in the
hello.
coffin. Let's just go back
Hang
and see if
on,
we can get
there
a
are
good
two
view.
Oshons though.
Oh yeah, there are two Oshans.
There are
Why
two
are there
Oshons.
two Oshons?
Because the other one's us.
I mean,
Well,
Azema also splits herself into three
Yeah.
during her fight, so I don't think that's
Oshon-
necessarily indicative of anything.
Oshon can split into many people, and we are one split of Oshon. There you go.
Right.
Mm.
Oh, look at those serpents. It's like Bismarck,
Mm.
but bigger.
May this light illuminate your way.
So
Is
hang
that
on.
Lena?
Hang on.
Yeah.
It's
We
been a while
are.
since I've heard Lena's voice.
We are carrying the light from the first of the void through Zero's just her body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't question it.
Maybe we
She'll
would
vomit
be
it up like we
remember,
did.
remember how much we could take though? Remember how much light we could take?
Yeah, but remember
Maybe we're a better choice.
she's a void
She's
scent.
a void scent,
They
remember.
suck up ether as payment and stuff, so they are like receptacles
maybe.
technically. So
Illuminate.
And when they suck up too much ether, it's not like they die; they just explode into many little void scent. So
Yeah.
we'll just
Oh,
like
maybe
gather
she'll
her up and
explode.
refuse her again.
yeah,
That'd be fun.
and then we get to see things you only see in 14: a dragon flying on the moon.
Yeah. It's our boy Vritra. And then we're back to the heaven of
That's the
Watson.
heaven of water. We'll get to that later.
Equations in Eorzean.
But
I
here-
like it.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's neat.
nightmarish. But there you go. That's Thaliak.
Elliot.
Yeah, the second coming of Indivisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very flashy. And then a confrontation with
Golbez?
Golbez at his
Who-
throne.
At his normal size.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's charging up. And then she's doing something.
Oh, did you?
And then
And Kryle's back.
we finally
This
get
is interesting.
Oh,
we get the pivot.
remember she had that letter though?
Yeah.
That's the-
There it
Yeah,
is.
but like she's making a more direct comparison here.
Oh, did you go there, grandfather?
Hmm.
Golden City.
Golden
Tyrell.
City. Oh my god.
What is
So,
It's
like,
an actual
what is this?
yogi.
we
is,
are
is this
fighting.
No, it's in Troya.
Oh no! This is in the dungeon. Yeah.
Oh.
Ugh. No, go back one frame.
It's
Disgusting.
Yogi.
Ew. I don't like it.
Look
I
at it
think
move.
that is one of those enemies from like 2 or 3. Look at his ass. Oh, is it just actually no? It's it is just the antline boss, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. Chat is saying this, and I think I've seen other people theorize this as well. It's possible that like this is the first part of the lunar subterrane, what we're looking at right now, and then as we go down, there's like some sort of like echoey location or something that like allows us to go into the history of the 13th.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, there's
that's
going to
probably
need
what
to
we're
be
seeing.
some quite strong. You've just gone into the memory or something just to make
Yeah.
It'd be a bit weird otherwise. They've
Yeah.
got to really try that.
Just randomly, you're.
Hey, you're underground now. You're in a city out in the open.
I mean, there's
And there's a funny Ironman.
there's Mike Wazowski right there.
Yes.
He's a classic Ironman.
And the death we have been too
All 4 of the archfiends, like in 4, where you fight them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wide.
Gauntlet, maybe. Oh, all our friends are back.
And there is
Caravaggio, Spaghetti.
Zeromus is right there in his very disgusting form.
Pretty horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, he's very
Yeah, it is really
horrible. I
gross.
mean, even in 4, like through the pixel art, he's very gross when you
Oh,
look
yeah.
at it. But now you get to see him in all 3D glory.
Yeah, let's see if it takes us as long as it did when we played 4.
Your friendship and your trust has helped
At
me to
least you
see
finished
new
it.
possibilities.
Like 6. Great transition into the weird
Our
patch up.
light can pierce blackest darkness.
And there's the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. We got to see the pivot. She mentions, Kroell mentions,
The Golden City.
yeah, but also her grandfather, Galuf, as well.
Yeah.
Galuf supposedly going there.
Yeah.
Well,
So
is that
interesting.
related to the? I mean,
That
it
is
could
a
be like
direct
a
reference
diversion.
to a Eureka plotline, I
Yeah,
think. So
but what's the letter?
who knows? Who knows?
Someone that Galuf knew.
The letter's
Maybe.
probably the invitation to Tyrell.
I mean, it is the invitation to Tyrell, but who sent it?
Yeah.
That's the question. We'll get to we'll now get into the live letter itself, but that was the trailer. A good trailer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not bad, not bad.
It's is what it is. And now let's get into the details. Okay, so we got the date immediately. The 3rd of October. So very
Earlier
soon.
than some people were expecting.
Yes.
Yeah, a week earlier than I was thinking.
I
It would
think
be.
it's-
So. You've not got too long to finish your series 4, and your poetic, no, your Lost Tomestone thing, your Moogle thing. I don't know what it's called.
Right.
Tomestones of Pageantry.
Yeah. Usually, I mean, it's
Tenfold pageantry.
Oh,
yeah. It's usually
Tenfold Pageantry.
the second Tuesday, I guess, after a live letter.
Alive then.
But that
Just
might
felt weird this
automatically
time.
make you think it's 2 weeks and then you have to go forward to the next Tuesday, but it is actually based on Tuesdays. So the second
Yeah.
Tuesday after that, so this lines up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They did also announce there's a 24-hour maintenance, so there is one less
Yes.
day, so you have to
You-
account for that.
That's true.
Making
Service
sure
will go
you're,
down on
you're
the,
done
on the
with
second.
everything on the 1st, next Sunday,
Mhm.
which you actually know, because by the time, do it before the evening, because that's Spooktober day 1. So
That's true.
you got to
That's
be
true.
here for that.
Okay. So then it started off with all the recap, of all the stuff that we've already gone
Yeah, all
through,
this shit.
which we don't really need to go through. But
Cover again.
there were a couple of things that we need to talk about. Hello Island.
Hello.
They have listened to feedback. So new rewards are in the works for Savage mode. So these are rewards that are intended to be useful in increasing item level. So we've been heard, at least for the Savage part, which will make it more, desirable to to farm.
But remember, the Savage version is not the version that we haven't been able to clear yet.
No.
No.
It's the one that's harder than that.
No. Yeah. But at least they're doing something there. At least maybe eventually it'll trickle down to the other levels as well. But for now, Savage is getting it. Yeah.
Exciting though. If they're saying intended for increasing item level, this is something this game hasn't done properly, really forever. Multiple sources of like the hunt sometimes gives the upgrade tokens once they come out, and you can get through. But
yeah,
an alternate way of getting accessories would be nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, some statics may get worried that this is now required for their prog and stuff, but you'll be fine so far. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll probably be slower to do this to get here and then do Savage anyway.
Yeah. Okay. And then also for the Alliance raid adjustments, they said the closer Alliance raids get to the current patch, the harder they became in these roulettes. Roulettes originally were to guarantee for a way that new players would still be able to queue for content they needed. With all that in mind, we've adjusted rewards for the Alliance raids to better fit the difficulty and time they require to complete. So, EXP and Allegan Tombstone rewards are adjusted according to difficulty and time.
And hopefully that means that the longer ones will be adjusted up rather than the shorter ones being adjusted down.
Yeah.
And we don't want Crystal Tower to suddenly be an absolute dud, because we're still going to get it a lot.
Yeah, that's true. So there you go. That's some important stuff about stuff we already knew, but that has had a slight update. Then they gave us the schedule for content. So we'll start, October 3rd, it's patch 6.5 with main scenario part 1 and Thalea, which is the Myths of a Realm. And then in late October 2023, we get 6.51, which is after FanFest in London, which will give us Alo Island and the Red Sands PvP map. And then
two dates that could be. That could be the 24th or that could be the 31st of October.
Yeah. A little bit sketchy on that is Series 4 ending on patch day and Series 5 beginning on patch day, because Red Sands coming 4 weeks later.
The series starts. The series will end earlier than the season.
Right.
The season keeps going.
The season's whatever, but it's weird not to like celebrate the new battle pass system with the Red Sands release. It's weird that's coming so late.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to do it when it comes out, but you may have. Some hardcore players would have finished it by then.
True.
But then they'll be doing it for the season ranks.
I suppose it's true.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have to wait until January for the FanFest in Japan, and then mid-January, so after the JP FanFest, we get patch 6.55 with main scenario part 2, and then new side quests, which includes the Relic and Hildebrand and all that.
Oh, Japan FanFest is after the 12 days of Christmas. How kind of them.
Aww.
Oh my God. How dare you mention Christmas? Christmas is close, isn't it? It's getting closer now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
Damn. Okay.
She who must not be named is getting closer and closer.
Oh, gosh.
So radio's near you.
Okay. So that's the timeline with the major content. So let's move on. They mentioned that job adjustments. They're not going to talk. They didn't talk about it a lot during this live letter. They did say that obviously rotations are going to change with 7.0, so there's not going to be any big adjustments for this patch. So it is like it says here, adjustments made in 6.5 to balance damage output between jobs within each role, and then increasing potency of certain job actions. That's it essentially. So
I mean,
don't
there's
worry.
not any really relevant. There's not really any relevant content being added, like, unless you include like the Savage Criterion dungeon.
Right, true. Yeah. So, but again, obviously, prepare for 7.0 because you're going to get a whole new rotation probably.
Oh, it's gonna be exciting. It's the
Yeah.
best thing ever.
Yep. Okay, so that's job
Looking forward to
adjustments.
Scholar's new running ability or whatever rubbish they get.
Hey, Expedient is one of the most OP skills in the game because it's an actual, like, it adds movement, which is
It is
rare
an
in
interesting
this
ability.
game.
Expedient is scary too, because if you're playing on an arena where you can fall off and then the scholar just pops Expedient and you suddenly
Exactly.
move twice the speed you're used to,
Yeah,
that
very
edge will
dangerous.
come very close. Okay, so that's job adjustments. The Abyssal Fracture. That is the fight with
Zeromus.
Zeromus. He did a live demo.
Good colours as well. Perfect colours on the boss
It's
in
cool.
terms of
It's cool.
like the sprite from before.
Yeah.
Looks right.
Yeah, it does.
That red orb on the right.
Mhm.
This might be a Rollo-esque pull. It looks like one of those balls that sort of deforms, and like when you squeeze it, like a large amount of it like will squeeze upwards out of it.
Oh, and like it's filled with like liquid, and you
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
like kind of like a stress ball, but the squishy.
That is a
ones.
very Rollo comment.
Yeah.
I will say, yeah.
It's
But yes,
true, though,
I
it does.
see it. I see it. A stress ball, yeah. Okay. So he obviously did the usual. Oh, can I fall off? And then he fell off, and
I was in stitches.
yeah, it was so funny. Funniest shit I've ever seen. And then we see there's a lot of. He showed actually quite a lot of initial.
Yeah, he did.
There's some cool mechanics.
There was this one where.
It's
Where his rib cage is
Rib
rake
cage.
across the arena. Disgusting.
That's
I really am excited
gross.
for this boss. It looks pretty cool.
yeah.
I'm hoping it's quite difficult.
Yes.
At the top of the screen, we got a sneak peek at the amount of experience necessary to go from 90 to 91 as well, because they were playing on test servers that already have access to Dawn Trail content.
But then they turned Dawn Trail off, I guess, and so it has that like slashed out, like you don't have the expansion, you can't earn EXP anymore. But you need 13,278,000.
That seems fine.
EXP.
I want to know where he got the 26,280 experience he already has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there you go. That is Ceromus. Looks like a great fight. So look forward to that.
They described it as more of a dance type fight rather than like a brain training type fight. So it'll be closer to like Barbaricia and Heidelin rather than Rubicante and Zodiac.
Right.
So it'd be close to the two good fights from this expansion and further from the two shits. From this
Okay.
expansion.
Yeah.
And yet, I think I enjoyed Rubicante and Zodiac more than the other two.
I'll accept people liking Zodiac. Well,
Zodiac was
Rubicante was
cool.
not a very good fight.
It was all right.
It was okay. It had some misses in it though. Heidelin was a brilliant fight though.
Oh yeah. Okay. Crystalline Conflict. They talked quite extensively about this. This was while I was repairing switching out my microphone, so I missed some of this. But I did
cool
go back
stuff.
and refresh myself. They're going to make some adjustments to the minimap and the UI, which we'll see some examples of later. And also, they're introducing the new arena Red Sands, which will be in patch 6.5.1. So the update to the UI. Now you can. So apparently, people struggled in Crystalline Conflict to like know what team they're on. Which
It's
I
tough.
find, I mean, okay. I mean, I guess so, but
Because
it
there's
is,
the 3 minutes before the match where it shows the teams.
yeah, right. it's like how do you miss that? It's literally
I love the idea of people getting turned around and going the wrong way though. Like
yeah. They force you to see it, but I guess maybe if you're farming a lot, your brain gets like fucked up and you don't
Maybe,
really, you know, you get used to. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the crystalline that will go in the right direction anyway. So you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. So now there's a setting to permanently display your team on the left of the minimap, or
That's
the
fine.
so you can always see. There's also a new line on the field which indicates the comeback point, which shows how far the losing team must progress to turn the tide, which is good. That's a good change.
Look at that, a little marker that you can
Yes.
see just there.
So you have like a goal when you're holding the crystal and you're about to lose. So that's cool. Also, they're adding a setting that will display a countdown timer 10 seconds prior to commencement of overtime.
Again, brilliant.
They said that was because currently in the game the main cue is the change of the music changing, which they
Never
deemed
noticed it though.
not. Yeah, it wasn't clear enough. So now there is a way to like have it more visually on screen, so you know.
So you know when you definitely have to get in on the point if you were losing in terms of progress.
They also they have enhanced the progress gauge, so you see it right here, but here's a breakdown of what they've done. So now if your team is winning, the edge will flash on the team that is currently winning, in the color obviously of the team that's in the lead. It'll show the comeback point on the gauge. So you can see how far it is, like at a glance, as well.
As it was before, you had to rely on the percentages of how far you had progressed, which is less clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And there are also more visible checkpoint progress. You know, the little diamonds that they've added that are more clear, I guess.
I see. I don't really. I guess that's it because I didn't really see that much of a difference.
No, me neither, but
No.
the biggest thing.
Yeah,
is-
the big here is that during overtime, the gauge indicates how long the losing team can remain away from the tactical crystal before the match ends.
It's currently
This is great.
Yes.
not like there's no indication. Like
I thought, because there's no indication, that the moment
just
there
as
are
soon as
no
no
team
one was on
members
it.
are in,
Yeah.
it was over.
And sometimes that's the case because the further it goes into overtime, the shorter that timer will be, I presume.
I assume
So
so.
it feels
is.
that way.
It's
Yeah.
similar to Overwatch. When
exactly.
you're losing and you're not on the payload, there'll be a very fast, an increasingly faster bar. So assumedly it will work like that. It replaces where the timer is as well.
Yes.
Because obviously
And it's
in
a
overtime
really-
there is no timer.
Right.
Really good
right.
system.
Yeah.
Really good.
So these are good changes. Very good. Okay, but there is more. So effects for certain actions,
This is
tests,
great.
etc., adjusted to indicate
good.
ally versus enemy. So yeah, these are made
These are
clear.
massive changes.
Why?
Yeah.
So this is patch 6.51, which is a little bit annoying because I feel like they could implement this earlier than some of the other content they're adding.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's all the PvP stuff seems to be 6.51 bar the series stuff.
So
It's weird.
So basically, if it's if it's an ally's pet or whatever, it's blue, and then if it's the enemy, it's red. They also like have added. No, it's just red. It's just red. Anything red, stay away. Anything blue, which is good because we're already like conditioned to react to that. So
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
Good
going to be
change.
so much more. This particularly shows Sky Shadow, which is one of the most unclear mechanics. This will be very useful in front lines, especially because
Yes.
when someone's jumped up, it's very difficult to tell if there's someone on your team or someone on one of the other two alliances.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
can generally tell a bishop turret because it constantly does the AoE.
Yes,
But like Sky Shatter, impossible to tell. The summoner circles, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you if that's my friends or the enemies.
nope.
Right.
And I
Impossible.
just try to avoid them in general mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a really big change.
Yeah.
Really massive.
Yeah. So that is good. And then the new arena, the Red Sands, they showed off a lot of this.
Very red.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, well,
This one looks good.
The sands are redder than rest because we talked about where this is. I mean, it's
Segoli.
Segoli
Presumably.
somewhere,
Probably Segoli.
and it's redder than the rest of the sand in Segoli, I guess. So that's why it got its name.
If it was proper red sands, it would be in Amarang because that was more nice desert red sands.
Might be some red sands in Dalmasca.
Oh yeah, maybe Dalmasca. That's potential.
That's true as well. Yeah.
I'm sure they have time to set up a PvP arena.
Yeah.
During
Yeah,
Well,
they've got
free
nothing
now.
else going on. Yeah. Okay, we start off here.
To the right of the spawn point,
Yeah.
yes, there's this
There are two
oasis which will give you a healing dot for 30 seconds once you leave it,
7,500 per tick.
Yeah.
which
Pretty
is crazy.
Yeah.
So you need to always have that up if you're near the thing and the start of the round because you'll run here, then go mid. So there's a cut through point.
Well, you uses it's similar to the dash points in Cloud 9 where you ride them rather than like it's a speed section.
Yeah, it's a little Halicarnassus sand chute.
What is this architecture? Not to get too LAMP 2.0 here, but is this doesn't really...
It reminds me of like southern, near the sunken temple of Khan, kind of.
Yeah.
It's a bit like
also-
that, I think.
Could it be like...
Also,
Yeah, I don't know.
is it necessarily even indicative of culture of like any one particular culture's architecture because of the fact that like this is possibly just set up as a PvP arena?
I
Yeah.
feel
It
like
could
they
all
found
just
a
be aesthetic.
ruin
But this
and they've added to it.
this one feels like it's
Mhm.
supposed to be in the world, whereas the others that we've played on, well, there's Hell's Lid, right? Isn't that where we're...
Yeah, Hellsley is one.
Which is a real location. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Volcanic
it-
Heart is the
Yeah.
PvP arena.
I think I'd have to have a fly around Damelan, but it does feel like I've seen these walls in
Yeah.
Damelan.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. All right, and then more footage here of the path, the crystal path.
Yeah,
The walls
slightly
surrounding the
different.
speeds. The walls surrounding the speed zone really match the aesthetic of this area, don't they?
Well, that's why it makes me think it's real world with them adding their own.
That's
bits.
fair.
Yeah.
It does look ugly, but it's funny.
And then I just included this because it's so this is visual overload. It's just a lot
What
happening.
the hell's this?
Black mage thing here.
Yeah.
It's just a black mage, okay?
Yeah. We did get an overview of the whole arena, but the screenshot is done just as it fades out. But here it is. That's the arena.
It's neat.
Yeah.
I like this place.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think this is going to be a good CC map. It
Yes.
has
There's that little oasis.
on
in the top.
those two. You
Right.
see the two circles on the middle, left and right, towards the endpoints for both teams. They are spawn points for multiple map events. So there's quicksand that sucks you in,
Right.
which then I
I think
think has a
was-
worm point jump out that kills you.
Oh no, we
There's-
don't have those slides actually.
No, we don't have
There's a cactuar that does 1,000 needles, so you got to get away. There's the lunar tender we saw in the trailer, and there's also another map event where you get sunstroke, and these little balls like AOE's appear on the floor of light, and you have to stand in them to get healed because otherwise it's doing
Yeah.
7,500
Damage a
dots.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, not a second per tick.
Yeah.
per sec.
Yeah.
A second
So-
would be crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's that's like a really good, competent map. I'm excited.
Yep.
Mhm.
Then he showed off. So moving on from that, he showed off this, which is
This is the series armor or what I
this
think
is the
they said,
PvP
or presumed.
armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which looks very like regal almost. Like
It's
very
nice.
yeah.
It's a little bit similar to the Monarch one from before, but it's more, like you said, regal, more
yeah.
kingly, more gold and red. It's nice.
Yeah. But I mean, then there was this.
These are bought with. These are your new thing to spend trophy crystals on.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the meme. He does look like the Planet of the Bass. Is that what the song is called? The Europop parody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Women are my favorite guy. Yeah, that's.
Oh, yeah. Listen to that after this.
So-
That's a great song.
The Vieira on the left, it took me a while to realize this, but I thought that his left arm, so the one on our right, was like really skinny, but no, it's just because the undersection of the sleeve is white.
Oh yeah.
He's got like a really thin like bicep.
Oh my god.
Forearm.
It's a noodle bicep.
Yeah, it was very confusing for me for a while.
They're not like they're slightly, you know, in world adjacent enough to like. I don't like them particularly, but whatever. They're, you know, they're fine. They kind of look like some of the like the Magitech Ironworks kind of stuff.
This is great.
More sportsy.
This is another potential future like mainstay glamour for my character for next expansion.
There you go. At least Gyoki's got something sorted for himself. I'm sure there are some bits in that you can mix and match to make something you like.
Yeah. Okay, and then there's Thalea, which is the last part of Myths of the Realm. We got.
Where does the water come from?
Yeah. Okay.
It's heaven, Gyoki.
We
It's
can't
heaven.
do the joke we're turning into Yoshi P at this point.
Some people don't hear the joke when we do it not on a podcast.
Yeah. Also, what's wrong with turning into Yoshi P?
Oh, that's true. I mean, Yoshi
He's
P,
a rock star.
Yoshi P fucks. Yoshi P fucks,
Yeah.
as Rollo would say. I'm compensating for the lack of
Yoshi
Rollo.
P. Oh no, I can't say that.
No, you can't. I don't know what you were about to say, but you can't. Right.
The serves one. But I'm not going to say it.
The heaven of water here.
Mm-hmm. We're looking at like a Mandragora like booty in that last shot.
Yeah. It's almost hard to tell it's a Mandragora because it's so close.
Yeah, from this. Yeah, it took me a second to realize what I was looking at.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because I can understand why Mandragora may exist in this heaven. You know, they're obviously an aquatic species, but to be revered by the gods themselves to make statues in the shape of the Mandragora.
Because they don't make this. This is influenced by people's faith.
Yeah.
So we think the gods revere the Mandragora so much that they would have
All
statues.
that Mandragoras are special to them in some way.
It's wild.
And the Tonberry, which is also
the Tonberry.
And no wonder.
That's
no wonder this looks so much like Charlian, because Charlians would be the ones that are most revering Thalia.
Yes.
This one makes almost the most sense, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, we get to look at some of the area around here.
It's very pretty.
Yeah,
it's very detailed. If you don't actually spend that long in here, because this section, from what they showed us, is a trash fight, and then you go into a new battle arena afterwards, which is through a zone divider.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a weird. It's a little bit of a miss for for your intro to this dungeon is to walk for ages, do a trash pull, and then walk for ages and then leave.
I like that it's pretty.
It's very
I mean, you walk for ages in a Glaya too, and that's much less exciting to look at.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we get to see Thaliak.
It's Thaliak.
Yep.
Yoshi made him handsome, they said.
Yeah. It was very important that they made him handsome. The arena at some point becomes a hexagon, but that's not apparent. That's not clear at the moment right now.
No. I'm excited for the arena changes, and
he's wearing
well made.
Yeah, he's wearing a top, but don't act as if I was the only one that was disappointed by that. I saw a lot of tweets about people being upset that he was unthoughtified compared to his astrologian card.
I mean, it is fair though.
Yeah.
They gave Nofika the treatment we wanted. Why didn't they give Thaliak the treatment that was wanted? And there's so many. Look at Byragot.
Right. Well, Byragot is a builder.
And
he's a burly.
And Ralga, yeah, I know he is. And I think this would fit a scholar
Thalyak
more
just sits
correctly
in the
as
library
well.
and writes books.
I agree.
Exactly. This is
So-
more thematic, but because he was depicted in lore as being some sort of like
I mean, it's not just the astrologian card. They have. I said this when we covered it live. They have
Yeah.
a giant fucking statue of
Yeah,
him
yeah,
outside
exactly.
their main city.
Yeah.
so. Even they could not use their willpower to will his shirt off.
No.
Thalyak is stronger than that.
No, yeah, exactly. So there you go. You've been denied thought, Thalyak, but his fight
Oh, yeah, he
is
walked
probably
off.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yoshipu walked off the edge again,
No,
as per usual. But he did
I was
make
in
the point.
tears.
He did make the point that like you might think that you can swim back on like in Seiryu, but you can't. So it was more justifiable than the hundreds of times he's done it in the past, at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
And then they showed some of the gear that we get from there. They did not show the Heaven of Wind at all during the live
We
demo.
saw that in the
within
trailer.
live
Yeah,
no,
it's
only in
only
the
shown in the
trailer.
trailer.
This is what I like to call all of the Eden gear redone.
Yeah.
What I like, this is what I like to call Saint Seiya aesthetic.
It is Saint Seiya aesthetic, but only the silver ones, which I prefer than the gaudy gold and Saint Seiya thing, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But it has
I mean,
a
wasn't-
slight blue.
Wasn't the
accent.
I could be misremembering, but isn't Aglaya gear quite gold?
Yeah, one of
Yes.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I died.
Yeah, the first one we just saw was tank. This
Yeah.
one is
They're really nice.
Ranged.
Like the tank set's really nice.
Yes.
The range set's quite nice. This one
Scouting.
isn't
Scouting.
clever because it should be for dragoons probably, but fine.
And then they showed casting.
That's
so
black mage.
for healers, obviously it's gonna be that, but white.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
you
I mean,
get
I
like a
don't
little.
particularly
I mean,
love
people
it.
say crown. I don't know if it is a crown or a
diadem,
diadem.
circlet.
Yeah.
I've never liked those kind of headpieces. Usually,
No.
they like half of it disappears beneath my fringe, so it's just clipping in and out of my hair, and I just think whatever
Yeah.
You know why they exist, though?
because they couldn't design anything better.
No, well, partially that, but also this is more workable with Vieira and Hrothgar.
Yeah.
And bald people.
That's yes. Yeah. So that's the gear that you can some of the gear that you can expect dropping from.
It's fine. It's not exciting,
No.
but it's fine. Pandemonium has had the best gear this expansion for me,
Mm,
but
Eerie.
I'm big on
Yeah.
MMO armor.
yeah. That's true. Then you showed off some housing items. It's a big clock face to put on your wall, and then
everything in this picture is great except
the
one
Elpis
glaring bit.
flower patch.
Look at the Corbuca bonsai tree. Look at those little
Very
crystals
cute.
next to it. Look at that beautiful fireplace.
That fireplace is very nice.
The massive clock window.
Yeah.
That little, what is that, like a book
It's like a little book.
stand or something?
Yeah, I think so.
And then
Yeah.
a fucking equilateral, just perfect square of flowers on the floor with hard cut border. It's so ugly.
Yeah, why didn't they
No.
try to make it more like a Seven reference, where it's like integrated into like a crack in the
Yeah.
floor or something?
Exactly.
I don't
Or
know.
have it with a border so it's contained, because you're gonna have to just fill your entire floor with flowers.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you want,
Well,
yeah,
you
if
can
you
make-
want to do that, you can do that. I guess
You
That's
can
why they
also
did it
make
like that.
borders yourself
Well, yeah,
with
but
Yeah.
furniture. But
That's
what a
true.
waste of slots.
Yeah.
Not impressed with the
Well,
Elpis.
If you want a house full of Elpis flowers, you can do that now. I guess.
Yeah.
I also hope that that's a real Corpicur, and that we are just constantly cutting off the the branches to.
Yeah, I haven't even got a little splotch of water on him. Maybe this is what happens when they do dry out. The
Oh
leaf
yeah.
falls off and they start sprouting roots. Like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
branches.
maybe. Okay, and then this outdoor item,
Oh,
which
God.
finally you can just climb onto your roof. They have made it for you now. Just scaffolding, I guess, so you can get on No,
Oh, yeah.
haven't
It's
even
really-
tried to make it look clever or nice or anything. It's just
No.
straight up a staircase.
Oh
up
yeah, it's
here.
beautifully aesthetic.
Yeah.
Staircase. There used to be a
The
glitch on my
staircase-
house where if you jumped into like at the back into like the corner between like in the housing, you'd teleport to the roof. And I think that was true
Yeah.
for a lot of housing walls. They
Yeah.
patched that out
Yeah.
to replace it with this.
I love that. I love the beautiful scaffolding to your house in your empty housing ward.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
What
true.
is like what aesthetic are you going for with this?
It's very confused.
My gazebo
you're
and
going-
my staircase.
The empty gazebo.
You're going for the first house in an unbuilt development.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's not the most bizarre outdoor housing item they managed to show off in this
No.
live letter.
Because then they showed this.
This is so. Why would you show this off in this housing district with that house?
Yeah, very odd.
It's so odd. It's
This
the
is
most...
a Magitech refueling station, looks like, or a maintenance bay or whatever this is. It's very strange.
It's nice to match like the maybe one other Magitech thing that's in the housing system right now. Like
Yeah.
maybe add a whole set of Magitech.
This was a competition winner apparently. But what I will say is that
It's so big.
it is
Massive.
very to me it looks like it's meant to be like next to a wall. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
You don't want that freestanding, but you can't do that with this house because it has like a roof that sticks out. Very strange.
I don't
But-
think Livia's mount is part of the.
No, that's just a player on a mount.
You don't get the
No,
white
yes.
Baron for free.
No.
No. I think this would have looked much nicer if they showed this off in like Imperium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that would
so.
suit it more. Maybe one day in the far future there will be a Garlemald housing district and this will finally look perfect.
The blacksmith house could be. Yeah, it might be fit with.
Yeah,
that,
the
for
blacksmith
instance.
house could work.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has any interactions if you do ride a Magitech mount onto it.
That would be cool.
Probably not.
But yeah, I don't think so. Okay, and then this was very confusing. I don't know what this gear is, but there it is.
I don't know where it is, what it is, and where it's from. I saw people theorizing PvP, but I don't know.
Could it be a new
I-
just craftable as well?
I don't
Could
know
also be that.
how I feel about like what
The shoes are fantastic. Yeah, the Rogadin in his shoes. Very, very
the
beautiful.
shirt that Rogan is wearing is so confusing. Is it like he's wearing like a vest and then a
I
shirt
don't know.
underneath?
I don't know. Is it a waistcoat?
It looks like a waistcoat, maybe. Yeah, like a.
The bottom half is quite nice. There are lots of sets that could go with.
Yeah, the pants are fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
the shirt is what makes it
The
look a little
the
weird.
shirt's a bit unusual. I can't quite see it.
No.
Maybe not have it pure black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another color maybe would have been better. But what was cool to see is that they're bringing the Devout, or this is actually supposed to look like the what's it called, the Felicitous Furball or whatever.
Yeah.
From Island Sanctuaries, but it also allows you to play to like if you want to RP as a Devout from 3, which is where you get the cat ears
I mean,
without using
I said
Kryle's
this-
outfit.
Yes.
yeah. I said this during the live coverage. This is very unindicative of what it will look like on any race that's not a Lullafell.
Yeah, I want to see it on
Yeah.
a Rogadin. I want to also will that.
Yes.
I mean,
I
sure.
think it will look cute on the more petite races, and it will look a little bit slightly silly and bulky on the bigger races. Sadly,
It'll look
Yes.
ominous on bigger races, I think, because you also
Yeah.
get you get like little paw mitts.
oh, the paws are so cute. I'm gonna just have those as
The
my
paws are
hands
great.
from now on.
Yeah, very very detailed actually. Like when you look at it,
it's
like
a really cool set.
has a little satchel on the side with something in it. You know, it's a
This
lot
would
going
make
on.
me want to do Island Sanctuary if I,
Mhm.
wasn't interested in Island Sanctuary, because this is a cool set.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Unfortunately,
I just know that when this is released, that's all we're going to see
I
on the
know.
Chocobo stables during
I
Hangout
know.
streams.
And
but
every time we go into a dungeon, one of these will be here.
yeah,
A Kappa.
there it is. The Kappa.
The seam down the middle is so
I love the seam.
unnerving.
It's horrible.
I like this though because what did we get
Thank you,
first?
chat.
Was it the frog outfit or the pig? I think it was the pig outfit was first. The swine.
Pig was first. Pig came with Gold Sorcerer
Yeah.
base.
The fact that they've kept these up is good because you can mix and match them in hideous ways. You can have a big fat pig
yeah.
body with a kappa head or something. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm. You can have a kappa head or an elephant body.
Yeah, there's so many good. Oh god, great.
Oh god, this is supposedly this has been implemented at the behest of Sakaguchi, who
Yeah.
wanted an imp outfit in this game.
This would look good on Lalafels probably.
Probably.
Yeah, because they'd look like actual imps rather than monstrous sleep paralysis demons.
But you know that's not where we're mostly.
Oh,
it's
no.
mostly going to be, you know,
If you're a
Highlanders
Rogadin,
and Rogadin with this.
yeah, Rogadins exist to wear the funny outfits as comic relief
Yeah,
in this game. It
that's
seems
true. That's true.
Yes, Sakaguchi
Make your
did tweet
Rogadins
that he
cool.
was very happy about this.
Yes, of
Oh, God.
course. So there you go. Kappa. Or Imp, as I don't think they're referred to as Kappa in the game, are they? Because when we turned into them, we
No,
were called Imps, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was localized as imp, as always has been in the series for the most part.
Yeah. Okay, and then he showed off some mounts. Oh shit! Don't. Hey, calm down. All right.
It's the
so,
pixie with a gun,
Yeah, the pixie.
but now
with
it has
gun.
a Lalafell.
Yeah, it has a Lalafell. It's carrying a Lalafell.
This is so this is mysterious lore-wise, to be honest. Because if this is really in Aloe Island, the idea of pixies being in our shard is quite interesting in general.
Yeah,
What if
True.
Aloe is on the first?
it could be on the first. Maybe it's like a.
But we're taking Matsuya to the first.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's not gonna happen, is it? Yeah.
Mads is ruined because a lot of little things were making me think it could be there. But yeah, there's no way Mads is
Yeah,
going.
pixies can travel between
Pixies
shards.
can,
They can.
Yeah.
But why would this one have traveled to this island?
Well, we'll
I guess
find
we'll
out.
find
and
out.
why would it?
Yeah.
Where would it have picked up a gun?
Yeah.
You saw that
How
when
is it learned
when we
machinery?
fight it. It's there's like twinkle boxes everywhere from like star. Like
Yes.
there's there's some story there that we'll learn about.
It's exciting. I think this is a cool mount in theory, but the method of it carrying us is a little odd, and for bigger races, I'm confused
Yeah.
as to how that will look. But whatever.
Well,
This
I
would have
feel
been a
like
good minion.
this feels like the kind of mount that won't scale with the size of your character, similar to like the Whisper mount.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they showed off a
Suppose-
minion. Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
I was just going to say, supposedly this is the reward. This is what I've seen people say. Supposedly this is the reward for getting all 12 routes in Aloe Island.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And then they showed off a minion. It's the Moonface.
Head.
Moonhead. He's there.
I guess this can be from
It's very random.
Beast, the tribal quest, maybe. Possibly.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
So we won't be seeing this until January, so
No.
you'll have to wait.
Yeah. Then we saw this minion, which is probably from Island
Most
Sanctuaries.
islands. Yeah.
It's a
This is
mammoth.
supposed to be your mammoths on the island. Once they've done all their work, then they get to go on holiday.
I see.
I will never allow that, so it's fine.
No, you
I'll
won't
never get this minion.
because you'll force them to come with you. Apparently, he's dressed up. He's like, no. We're gonna stand in Limsa
It's
AFK
true, yeah.
for 60 hours.
But I wanted to see the world.
Okay, and then
Now, this is what we wanted.
there he is. There's my
Majestic
boy.
King.
Is this going to make you actually do the series ranking, Nikhil? Because it's probably tied to that.
If this is PvP,
Maybe.
brilliant.
Yeah. They even showed
Because,
him.
I mean-
they do this. when
Yeah.
they fly.
Yeah,
So-
you missed out on some. You didn't get the dragon, the heavens with
I
dragon.
don't care about mounts.
Oh,
We've been through
Well,
this.
yeah, that's why I brought up this one because
I
you
may
seemed
not
more
care enough
interested
to get
in this
it,
one.
but I
course
think
you
it's,
do.
it's
Look at
cool,
him.
but whatever. And then they showed off this tractor bike
yeah.
thing,
What the fuck is this?
which
What the fuck
I mean-
is that?
This is almost certainly from Island Sanctuary because we already got one motorcycle from Island Sanctuary.
yeah,
And also this one is combined with a tractor. And it's red, so it's probably made by Nero. I've seen
100%.
people theorizing that like this time the two people that will visit our island will be Nero and Sid.
yeah,
That would be
makes
cool.
sense. It does also play the Island Sanctuary music
Yes,
when you
that's
write
true,
it.
yeah.
So
That's true.
that's a
Yes.
tell. And then finally,
Oh,
And I
God, it
mean,
just keeps getting
finally-
better.
Poo-Poo's
Yay!
UFO.
It can be abducted
Unfortunately.
by Poo Poo daily.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, this is another thing we'll be waiting until January to get.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll wait till January for this though. This is worth waiting for.
I mean, we got a Kappa. I think we should have gotten a poo-poo outfit. And please,
So we can
Ah,
have Poo Poo out and dress
maybe
up as
we-
Poo Poo.
I mean, one day maybe we will because that sounds ripe for being something you can buy with MGP.
that's true. Yeah.
Are you looking forward to someone with the swine body and Poo Poo's head?
I
No.
don't know.
They're
about
not even
that.
dyed the
Absolutely
same,
not.
Gogi. They're not even dyed the same.
Yeah, so there you go. Looking forward to that mount though. That looks really cool.
It's so cool.
I love how beat up and dinky that ship is. It's great.
It's a great
Mhm.
design.
Yeah.
It's just the stupidest, cheapest UFO design they can make. It's so funny.
I mean, it's exactly how it looked in 8.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Yeah. We're getting up to that point on the playthrough on Speaker's Place now. So I don't know if
Okay,
you
check it out
that's
then.
one of the
Place
best-
is place.
It's one of the best parts of the playthrough.
I remember that's
Yeah,
when you
there's
talked
a lot of
about the
work.
dude with the piss bottle. That was
Ah,
when
you
we
bet.
were doing the. That's when we were doing
Is
that.
that the first time I brought it up?
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Next, something completely different. Sort of came out of nowhere. They are planning improvements to server infrastructure. So this was very. This felt random. In the interest of expanding our server infrastructure options in the future, the use of cloud data centers is under consideration. They will do that for NA first, so guinea pigs. So a North American cloud data center will be temporarily implemented for the purposes of a public stress test to be held during the 6.5x patch series. The data center selection screen will display the Cloud DC as an option under 6.5's release, and it will be accessible once the test commences. So further details they will post on the Lodestone.
So it's not 100% clear, but I got the impression that this is just like a data center that exists for no one to be home to, but only as a means of playing should the logging queues be too long for any of the physical data centers.
Potentially. I'm
Right.
not. It's a little up in the air as to what it's.
Yeah.
For
'Cause
now, this is for
I'm-
testing purposes, but they may all end up this way if it works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is a boomer take, but the idea of making my home data center a cloud data center is a little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, but it will all just be like all of them combined into one sort of big soup floating around all over the place forever,
Yeah.
and you just grab it when you need it.
It's probably good. It's probably okay.
I mean,
you
this is
know?
a test, so
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Old
Well,
man
if it's
yells
not
at
good, they'll-
cloud. Literally. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
So that starts during 6.5x. So more information will be out soon. Now, for something that is very even more random, Colonel Sanders is coming to Eorzea.
What?
there were so many random teasers for this leading up to the official announcement during the live letter. There was a statue of the Colonel.
Yeah.
with a black mage staff on the TGS floor. There was a weird trailer put on the KFC Japan
Yep.
Twitter account.
Yep. So yeah,
But yes.
you can tell that it's a KFC collab because the quality, like look, the texture quality of that chicken is so high.
Yeah,
Like it's very good.
If everyone does the eat chicken emote at the same time,
Right.
someone will drop FPS.
Yes. Someone's PS4 will just shut off.
Yeah.
So
try that.
What I appreciate, we'll get into a little bit more, but what I appreciate about the emote that's coming with this is that the bucket isn't branded. So it is not that tacky.
If it was branded, I think I wouldn't want to play the game as much.
No, I would feel a little worse if it had the KFC.
It would be really
on it.
embarrassing.
But this is actually done pretty well. White bucket full of chicken, and you eat the chicken.
That's fine.
So that's fine. So if it wasn't clear, yes, this is a KFC 14 collaboration. Japan
Horrendous that we're living in this era.
Yeah, this is like some cyberpunk dystopia shit happening. But there it is. It is in Japan. You can order a KFC 14 meal.
Oh, I love a Japanese chicken burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with
get
it,
yourself over.
you get some stickers and the Eat Chicken emote.
Stickers for your collection, Yogi.
Yeah.
Your sticker
For your
collection.
sticker collection.
Because everyone likes stickers
Yogi has
these
a
days.
massive sticker collection. He's been collecting for decades.
1240 yen for
That's
chips, burger, drink, the box, the stickers, and a single piece of fried chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks a
one
little
piece of
weird.
chicken.
It's very.
It's
It's
kind
like
of-
£12.
It's kind of expensive, but I guess you are getting the emote with it.
Also,
so.
the emote. Why does it not match the emote? You're eating a bucket in the emote, but you get one.
Well, the bucket's
piece of
canonical
chicken.
to the KFC lore. Like everyone knows. About
Well,
the
yeah, I
bucket.
know, but it's weird. Why
I mean,
not
yeah.
just have a
mean,
bucket? I have
But
14
that
buckets.
Because
burger
then it
looks
would
much
be-
nicer than a bucket.
Because it would be very much more expensive collaboration to buy into if you had to buy
That's
a
true,
bucket if you
Yeah.
wanted the emote.
Yeah, that's true. But
There's
then,
another thing we'll not be getting anyway.
yeah. I'm just surprised by the burger addition to it. I would have probably expected. it
Looking
to
forward to
be a
our
box of
McDonald's
chicken.
one now. Eat burger remote.
Yeah, eat burger.
Don't we have Eat Burger? Or am I just imagining
We have
that?
eat pizza.
We do have
Oh,
Eat
we
Pizza.
didn't get Eat Pizza though.
No.
No, we didn't.
Oh, it says combo meals,
Nah.
so a bucket may be applicable.
Yeah, we have
The
Eat
door
bread,
is
we have
open
Eat
for
egg.
bucket. So
Oh,
that's-
it might be
Muffin.
might be multiple types of combos as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Grandpa had the burger. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get that emote one day when we get the McDonald's.
Well,
club.
anyways,
That Japanese people won't get.
for the 3
okay.
people in Japan that
We
are
will have
watching,
the
you can get
McDonald's
this. You can get this.
If you
You can
happen
send it.
to want to eat, if you like KFC a lot, okay, if you like a lot of KFC and you go and get a couple of combo meals, you've already used your code. DM me.
Yeah, DM me
Just
too.
DM me. It's fine.
Contact
It's
at
fine.
Speakers
I really
XIV.
appreciate
We
it.
accept all of your
I-
item codes.
DM me.
I worry it might be region locked because there have
probably
been
is.
codes like that in the past.
It probably is.
Typical KFC zone.
With the with Dawn Trails, the perfect time for a Taco Bell collab.
Oh yeah, and they'll do that in
Right.
America and nowhere else.
Yeah.
Even though
I
Taco
don't.
Bell's expensive.
Japan has Taco Bell.
And they
could be
won't do it,
mistaken.
Kyoki, because the Japanese
I will
cannot fathom losing out on a collab.
I will say about Japanese KFC, there is something that I find a bit unnerving about it because it feels too clean.
Yeah, I mean, I have.
That's
yeah,
not what you
I kinda know
expect.
mean.
Yeah, that's not what you expect from like fast food
Right.
fried chicken.
No.
I guess.
Yeah. True.
You shouldn't be able to taste like any level of freshness. Basically, you should only be able to taste the grease
Yeah.
and sort of.
I'm here for the grease.
The bitter
With the 30
tears
days of
the-
grease that it's been
Yeah,
fried in.
yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. KFC. Then we have.
Oh, I'm surprised you kept this in.
Yeah, I just mentioned it
Fireworks and
because
music.
they're doing the fireworks in the. I don't even remember where it is, but they're doing some fireworks and
Japan.
music show.
At
In
a seaside
Japan.
park.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just near the Johto region.
Don't get scammed on Yakisoba this time, apparently.
The
Yeah, be
Yakisoba,
careful.
So funny.
in the previous, I don't remember where it was, why it happened, but apparently they just got
They just
noodles.
sent you a Tupperware of noodles with nothing else.
And it's funny because it's just like
Tupperware is generous. Tupperware is reusable. It's
Ah,
a
yeah, just-
shitty plastic container.
plastic container with dried noodles in it. Well, they were
Yeah.
boiled, but there was just nothing. It was just that noodles.
Just noodles.
It was supposed to come with vegetables and meat,
Yeah,
but
And
no, it's just
protein of choice.
yeah.
for 1,000 yen.
Yeah, you could get a KFC combo meal for that. It's a little bit extra.
More.
Yeah.
Just a little bit extra combo meal, and then you get a code
Yeah.
for the KFC bucket meal, and you've already got one. So you just got a spare code. You can just DM it.
Yeah.
DM me.
Well, they assured that that's not going to happen here. So go on down and enjoy the fireworks. I guess if you're in Japan
Yeah.
on the 11th. The 3rd of November.
Yeah. If you're there, I obviously won't be because for us, 5th of November is a
Right.
very solemn and important
Right, of
time, and I
course.
couldn't possibly be in
Right.
Japan and then come
Right.
back. So
Right.
I won't be there.
Right. I can't because it's
Pensive.
pensive. It's pensive.
Oh, okay. So
I said
we've got
I said expensive, but okay.
It's pensive. It's pensive.
Is
It's
pensive a thing? Isn't that what you used to look at memories?
Yeah, it's pensive day in Norway. So
At least I actually have a holiday.
we have to dive into our ancestors.
Yeah, ours
memories.
is on the 11th.
Right. Right.
your
Remember
fireworks
the
night?
11th of November.
Right.
Oh
Right.
my
No,
God.
our Remembrance Day.
Oh, right.
Oh, right. Right. There's
Ours
nothing really
is
happening
the
in
second
November here.
Sunday or first Sunday. I think it's the second Sunday of November.
Okay. Well, anyways, we have derailed, and then this I just like this slide because it's like, thank you, next.
Next.
Which they're done with the U.S.
Okay,
the NA.
Grande.
They're done with the NA FanFest, and now London, UK is next. After that, Tokyo,
London's
Japan.
gonna be the best one. I
Yeah.
can tell London's going to have some of the biggest reveals because we've not got anything really.
No.
And,
Toronto.
we've not got the nitty gritty stuff. We've not got the jobs. We'll get a job, Maybe we'll get some real in-depth look at stuff. I'm
We'll get a
looking forward to
job,
that.
and they'll save. No, don't even get your hopes up for female Hrothgar this time. They're saving that for Japan.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
Hrothgar, yeah.
Yeah.
And
God, I'm
that's
so excited to see how they butcher that.
yeah, and that is that's the live letter, as it were. Good, very
Yeah, it's a good live letter.
because it was TGS. It was very quick. Like they
Yeah,
had
it was
a certain
quite
amount
quick.
of time they couldn't go over, so they went.
well paced.
Yeah, it was well paced. October 3rd. That's when
Be
it
there.
happens. Yeah, be there.
We got,
Wrap
we got
up.
one podcast between here and then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It feels
Probably only got exactly a week by the time this.
yes. If you're only watching this on YouTube, yeah, you'll have probably about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
But remember, second is maintenance, so get everything done by Sunday.
yes, this is your last chance to get everything wrapped up. Okay. Well, I guess we do have time for a post show, so we'll do the post
Yes.
show. So for those that are watching live, post show will happen. For the rest of you that are not watching that, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIdlin, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, !Discord and chat if you want to join a Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. We will be going into the post show. If you're watching live, see you there. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.